Alright, hi, my name is Warren Kemp, and I'm going to be speaking on behalf of Brian Lee, Samantha Mungia, and Dalton Schultz as well. Fun fact, did you know peanut butter was invented in 1895 according to DHWTY? In an article published in July 2019, it states, Kellogg patented the process for the production of peanut butter, a food that was marketed as a protein substitute for people without teeth. That's kind of gross, but necessary. Alright, so today I'm going to go over some history of peanut butter, because you can't make peanut butter cookies without knowing where peanut butter came from. I'm going to give you a really good recipe as far as how to make your own cookies at home, and then we'll actually cover some of the nutritional facts of peanut butter cookies, that way you know what you're putting into your body. Alright, so most of our credibility as far as this speech goes is going to come from Dalton. He's the one who's been baking for the last couple weeks and tried out different recipes just to give us some good information. There was also some added research from the rest of us. Alright, so starting off, according to punchbowl.com, an article published in June of 2020, in 1932, the, excuse my pronunciation of this, Schenectady Gazette published the first peanut butter cookie recipe. And also according to punchbowl.com, June 12th is National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. So there's some fun facts for you. Alright, so as far as the history, the plant originated in South America, although it is native to Africa, indigenous Central America, and ancient China. There's a couple different people who argued over who invented peanut butter. Dr. Kellogg, Mr. Davis, and Mr. Edison, among others. And that's just kind of some simple brief history as far as peanut butter goes. Peanut butter paste has been around for thousands of years, but it really wasn't made into peanut butter until one of those gentlemen decided to call it peanut butter. Alright, we covered some brief history, so let's get into the actual recipe. This recipe comes from Pinterest, and according to dashofInsanity.com, an article published September 11, 2019 by Sandra, she states the ingredients you need are going to be 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, half a cup of softened butter just makes it easier to mix, half a cup of white sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 egg, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Next, we'll talk about the utensils or materials you're going to need to actually make the cookies. You're going to need a working oven. You can't make cookies without heat, although here in Texas you may be able to just put it in your car and let it bake. It gets pretty hot. You're going to need 2 pans with parchment paper. Parchment paper is really important because it's going to keep the cookies from sticking to the bottom or the pan, and you can just peel them off the paper. It's really nice to use parchment paper. You're going to need a mixer. You can just use your hand, like forks to mix, or a whisk perhaps. Not everybody has a fancy KitchenAid mixer. You're going to need some large bowls and small bowls to get your mixture all together. You're going to need a spoon and a fork, which is important, and a timer so you know how long your cookies have been cooking. Alright. Get into the instructions here. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees first. That way you don't get your mixture all done and then have to wait for the oven to heat up. You're going to mix peanut butter, butter, and both sugars in a large bowl until it's smooth, a nice creamy mixture. You're going to add egg and vanilla extract, and you're going to mix that until it's smooth as well. In the small mixing bowl, whisk together flour, baking soda, and salt, and then add the small bowl to the large bowl and mix it until it's a good cookie consistency. Spoon the dough into 1-inch balls on the pan. You're going to place until the pan is full, but they have room to spread out. And then you're going to flatten them with the fork. That way they have that cool crisscross pattern that kind of signifies that they're a peanut butter cookie. And you're going to bake for 8 to 9 minutes. If your first batch comes out too crispy, shorten the time. If they're not crispy enough, maybe you like it like that. Or if they're not crispy enough, add some time to it. Alright, let's get into some nutritional facts really fast. First off, about 130 calories per cookie, which is not horrible, but not great. 13 grams of carbs, kind of in that same not horrible, not great. 3 grams of protein, that's good. Protein's always good for you. 7 grams of fat, 2 grams of saturated fat, and 13 milligrams of cholesterol. There's also some other information there, but it's not near as important. Minus the sodium. Maybe sodium you need to know about. All right, and so today we've learned about the history of peanut butter. We've learned about a recipe that you can try at home, and we've learned about a little bit of the nutritional facts, just so you kind of have a general idea of what you're eating. And we want to do a special shout out to Dalton Schultz. He experimented, researched, and that's actually a picture from him actually baking these cookies. So that way you know there was actual thought put into this. And that's really all we're going to have for you today.